Alan Brogan starts for Dublin and completes his recovery from a long injury battle which ruined 2013 for him. He's replacing Brian Cullen at centre forward. There are league debuts for fullback Sean George and corner forward Cormac Costello. There are 5 survivors from the All-Ireland semi-final on that Dublin team. 7 of this Kerry side started against the Dubs 5 months ago. Eamon Fitzmaurice is without the Dr. Crokes contingent, and a host of household names are injured or have retired. Paul Murphy is new at right corner back, and Stephen O'Brien is also making his league debut at corner forward.
David Goldrick Farron V. Gus galore cuid agus cútah faoin na réalcha inú sa bheith ghailach am léana agus baile feicáil cechaí mai an trúnú na seo baile cléad an ansaí a buintach an cansin brista sós ag cúlaí a Kerry don nóid Kerry tá gaidir sa sus le aon gona dhéag ar fad go chluifin na híanacht idir cúigur na grócach atá gafa leis a glob agus don nóid Carrer tá gortaí a Brian O'Sheachan, Darren O'Sullivan, Kieran Donaghy agus Cillian McShoon, Mark O'Shea agus Jack O'Sullivan íte tinnar fáil seachún Barry John Kane at the buintach lágéireacht ag Barry John imid trasna an chúl isteach láva Stephen Cluxton agus í incurh Varus ag Cluxton at the buintach go dtí Declan O'Mahony dimmer galore an pel go bhil a clíam leis a caite tú trá Kieran Redden past Asig Redden she's fad na tíb lína seachún Kevin McManaman der nóin fear bhís cria na géireach a glufa le cheannis na bliana se caite I mí lúnasa Dúr McManaman faoi iarracht a blocail sa síos go deasa sin ag Shane Enright. I mí amach Edelín a cúil cic ceadach 5 méadar a bheithán go bhfuil a clé sár blocail sin den ag Shane Enright. Agus bheith man Stephen Cluxton a teachta níos na páirce an a cic ceadach 5 méadar seo go dibhíní eice ceapan go bé Shane Carty a thugus a ceann seo bheith man seo Shane Enright a blocail a cheann sin sár skill ag fear Tarbert Shane Enright. Agus sé go divan Shane Carty fear níomh marnóid go thugus a cic ceadach 5 méadar seo Stephen Cluxton fannaí is a gúil. Ceann sin bailsa lena chitóig ag Carty tití staidim an na carna go beige a gaiirín sin bhí David Moore na hanga mór leis gan sin í hanga dead mar cúil. David Moore pass test na páirce. Seachún James O'Donoghue pass all in O'Donoghue stachchin that Barry John Kane took shot at and shot egg James O'Donoghue eile lá stig an na cúil O'Donoghue ábal the chéad score amsú ibart can croki and och tágad divin fear léún fear bhua Gradam Ulster an bblion se caite sin score all in James O'Donoghue an I ciléire de eisi go O'Donoghue bhrisí machig an bouta sin lena chitóig an chéad score an seo bart can croki agus 3 med caite. Three Marbish and Wisconsin Gafalta, ag Shane Carty, Banta Roga Hall and a gin, egg David Moore and Donacha well Shabalton, Blisha and Ficasauce. Tus Brever, Lesha Gluffashaw, Barker Crocky and Trunusha. David Moore, and another one, Ella. Pass the Stafford in a Lorug, then as Stephen O'Brien about to Shana falls into edge, Stephen O'Brien, egg along Holy, Sean George and Farewell and Mona, and an tarn sin feici ag an réitear David Goldrick mar sin cic séir isteach a bheithán go chéirí Goldrick a cainte sin leis Sean George rágur se ag stracha as Stephen O'Brien. Bheith cic séir isteach ag chéirí chuig slát a fiad amach seo ag Barry John Kane. Kane mar sin leis an éireacht ag caint sin amsí ag Barry John Kane. Sin tús mac chu ag chéirí leis a glufa seo. Agus Kane fear bhí sár achtas ag gur na bhreana. Carty an óra bháin eilin canshin tití an bouta seo mór ag tangáil leis a gan sin cic ceadach 5 méadar a bheith án go bhfuil a clia. Nes dún Carty can se bheith fácaí ag mór nuair sí gal amach ar clé agus ar fóríl. Ní éitoch mór na bheith cínta mar sin cic ceadach 5 méadar eile bheith án go fáil na hard charach. Agus bouta seo tá Stephen Cluxton i teachta níos na páirce chun can seo thugáil. Mas feice muid bhfuil Cluxton ábalt an chéad chúlaí an amsú go bhfuil a clé an trúna seo. Cansin Bolsa Gamai, Cluxtonach, Alvinina Mo, and Heavna Lobby Clee, agus fórí. Rudasana was into the Dershits, ni more not going to kick in a careful good Medershin of Hunn's Cluxton. Cansin Bolsa Gaman, Shinek, Sean George, along Holy. It's George Obalta, Balaclea Hadinancy, Kino Sullivan, Staffordshire, Lurk. Kerma Castro, Galo Lashtinshaw, Paul Murphy, Castro, Fawcett in the Valachstaff, Shahun Kerma Castro, Stratsky McMenamin, Agus a Cole Amshiek Balaclea, Agus Heck Kevin McMenamin, in order one Elago Alaclea, Gamshu Coolana, Hiri, Rinisha Gavilis Hinaga, Rinisha Gavilis Tritaga, Agus I didn't reach the rock, the Barker Crokiega. Say Kerma Castro in an upper there, father, Golistach at a Rohorener. An Farog der noid dimid minú a gávíle sa dóiag pas cliste trasna agus McMenamin ábalta a chur deis a chur go cúna léan. Sár immerte Kerma Costello agus sár críoch nó ag McMenamin. Cyn O'Sullivan ein o'r rwan ele. Siwchwn Alan Brogan der noid ta tusni yn siobart y brogi. Edrych da had start yn ond Brian Cullen. Ysdach ydi o'n O'Gara a Gera elw lasdi. Gwyd y cwli yn bawt y sin. Wad wan ele i'r o'ch blwcael sy'n sar blwcael y sin ag Mark Griffin o lan chwli. Ta cyd asyn na chwli siad desha chwli yn y sin. Ysdach ydi roi titin sin. Wel desha char chwli ag McMenamin. Fear hafal ag Brendan Keeley. He deshig McMenamin sin a gharn the cool amshu go ala cleach Brendan Keeley in cool body. Tin the sar haval about sin agus Peter Crowley abata and Lero cha hurtlesh go Kerry Keeley in the sar haval sin agus Kerry. And talo about sin ach by should buach go cool body Brendan Keeley. Faradangan Mikey Gainey. Shavon David Moore in order one ella. Pass all and ag Moore in the stachs of Goon because he Barry John Keane. Barry John and Chin got Philly McMahon in the hand to Dura Keane for score. And you hear a Makaji James O'Donoghue. Casamach, Shahun, Irach their score and Chin Gahiriach, Conshin, Imi Machar, Yesh, Agaser for real, Neil Gadivin, Hangashi led in a Gahuli while a place kick Karak Cook Mader by Zong Gahiri. Fekman Shaw, Alan Brogan, the hook for Hulin, Hitchy Stadium on the Carnegie Bege. You're Shane Enright in the Obalty, Hansu, Hitchy Egg McMenamin, Akshin Sar Haval like Keeley. Scarsha Hina Chin, as died just live before Lishan Yorkchin. Shin Kikarak Kuig Kerry in that wood. To David Moore in a hook is a Kikarak Kuig Madersha. Fair Hirin O'Reilly, they're no Tataki Dash by God Drock or to Guna. And Ballnas crushed it into Firoiga Shahu Moore and Conscience Balsagama. Egg David Moore and Shinsari Agra. Egg Kerry at a Gulshin of McMenamin. On the 4-0 host score at East Jaw. In Barker Croki Agus Hanu Mate Kata. David Moore and Lashiki Karak Kugmader. Brian Maguire and Chin. Shuggy Peter Crowley. Crowley should pass all in it. Crowley. Ishtach Chingaji Barry John Keane and Chin. The Cossack said Branwer in the posty. Chin Sar score Amshia Kerry. Dimichon Keane another one ella. Pass gloats and Bautish and Peter Crowley. Ishtach Barry John Keane. Fekman to China. Chin Lergus Mai Crowley. Ishtach Keane. Galore Sposs took you home. Bautish and Philly McMahon. Mark Griffin, Sar Husker, Scovishaw, Conscience took you away. Egg Mark Griffin. He booted Ash, Bautish Jack Sherwood Gahiri. Shahuni Dadun see Kerry Taki Dash Gama, Wine Kulshin Adam Shabalaklia. James O'Donoghue, Crow Lord Zakrach Dinshin, Gahuli Walaklia, Shahun O'Donoghue, Fawcett in the Valchistach. Rashik Barry John Keane and Ahul Keane, a Garvalchi on the Staffordchin, King Queenie Lichin, Egg Philly McMahon, Ib Barry John Keane. You aren't doubt Vinganchin, kicks there Stach, Kerry. Cormert, yes, it's it. James O'Donoghue against Barry John Keane. Fekimaj Chin, Philly McMahon. Berchter la Winyal, Barry John Keane against kicks here Ella Stachmans on Kerry. Dylan Jout Fee, Barry John Keane against James O'Donoghue, Crow Galore Zakrachti. Go Hossentori Wallach Lias, Head Harrow, and Cliffisha. Shahun Barry John against Conscience Baltic Green like Barry John. Kerry me paid a Gahuli Nichan Keane. You're a more on stroid leis a gan sin. With one Ellen Conscience puts a Lord Potke, Kerry. So Demi Varus Kamala kicking the mach. Cluxton Gadisha, Shahun James O'Donoghue, Ailey Lash Diggle Fitzsimons, Post James O'Donoghue, Arson Sar Hole, Amshia, James O'Donoghue. Als O'Donoghue Lannon said, Eilish, a farm of the Egum Blaine Shakatse. Orachor, Gabarna Leon. Mike Farron Dangan, Mikey Gainey, Lash a Bassish Dachko, O'Donoghue, Dale Lash Diggle Fitzsimons, August Orachor. You're a chance na Grostek Cluxton. Wash the system go thrum it each to try back a croak nacht. Kerry more nochter se kid. Fi no met kan gefisha. Was tatsin scoring in ish go to while a clear. Nien sar holch na time shake James O'Donoghue. Shahun Kieran Redden. Farniv Mar Noig the Noi Farrow Kern de Kigo in Chakatila. GIT O'Gara. Machti Kevin McMenamin with McMenamin able to Keith Holy Amshu go ala clean through no shot. Taga Devin Kevin McMenamin and Gamshu on score shin Hina Hina on the score Egg McMenamin because Hina Hina on the score Egg bala clear not Hanu met feed the hook chair wala clear Keith Holy and Amshu so go shot. McMenamin and Gamshu Colin shin Rove. Captain Kerry in Nacht schon hat noch Welsh. Pass the Stachelchin Shachon Anthony Marr. Fair Kerry who come more hours to Stachelchin. The Laura Godun who keen if he pushed them up. Shachon. James O'Donoghue and Shin and Conscience Coltig and you hear O'Donoghue on John the line gets even. Banter Rogaman Shin and the Shachon Balaclear and Nunsi. Alan Brogan. Brogan and Dollar Rohrer and their fourth Brogan is in the Valach Stachelchin. He's last dig with Jack Sherwood. August Brian McGuire. August Sherwood about to Shin. Like didn't fall. Brogan there now nach dem Pel be Blaine Chakatse to war Gorta yeah. That's Brogan ekal rash nach the Sonic Magician fall love lucky at a remake Jack Sherwood. Jim Farrow Kerma Costello hooks a kick seer Kip and he can't gama Tashi gama Kerma Costello. If you're on the light he gets three king go holy niega Kerma Costello. Fardim el Pel someone's go win wala clear gavi is doyag. He Gorta Karaska Kerma Costello Blaine Chakatse. Farah Crohan cooler ball Kevin McMenamin. Agus he Kate Hoolin am she noch dige. Droch Hikmach and Balse Egg Brendan Keeley. Gaffel say Kieran Redden. Redden stach Chingadi Shane Carty. Lenny Kittoy Chin scored as am she Egg Shane Carty. Agus a droch Hikmach and a well Brendan Keeley. Pinos correct Shane Carty at a goal bada. Carty the Noi Farella Dimmered. Greenswalk Cliffy go bala clear strand the Blaine Shakatse. Shin cooling das Amshia Egg Farniv Marnoik. With a one Ella, Keely me Gar Machativshin. Tiv Shastani Hisoigus, with a one Ella, thank you Kamakshin and me a move. Shin Godrock Wootun in Yachela egg. Keely, Shahun, Kieran, Redden, Stabchin, Drock and Baltigafi, Amshake, O'Gara, with the Shahol like O'Gara, Taga Devin, and Darkul, Amshake, Balaclear, Amshake, O'Gara. Ach, wide a one Ellen, Scorshin, Taki, White Drock, Hikmach, White whole body, Kerry. Agus wide a one Ellen, Tapinos, Kurarab, Kieran Redden, Stabchin, the O'Gara, Kid Lero, the Gart, the Taboit again, Mark Griffin, at Tron on the shot. He built the Isha like O'Gara, Agus Coolnally and built the Machage, go ala clear. Mishin Balaclay, Mirashman Keane, and one Agus Cliff of Fear Hannibal, and Shaw Barker broke into one shot. Shaw Fargo, Glorlier out Fakige, Kieran Redden. Pass Stachin, the Lurg McMenamin, Gaffel to Gahalan, McMenamin's on the Belch Stachel, shots a Holala, in conscious of it to Keely, and Bullentry and Busta. Ach wada one Elevi Desha McMenamin ar Hul Amshu Gwala clear. Ta Kuntor to China Hossentori Kerry Gadisha. Tetach Kerry King Hul Gadivin. Veg Amshi Egg Bala clear Gadivin Gadisha. Shachunish Kerry and Nunsi. Lucia Yasin shot. Shachun Jonathan Line. Mikey Gainey. Conscious Kurumu ag Mikey Gainey. Gaffaltig Johnny Cooper. Took a ball clear and Nunsi Ainor on a ball clear. Taki Dash to push a more. La Kugnu take no matter who broken Ainor on a Shachig O'Gara. O'Gara and Conscious Buckles of Hall and Mark Griffin along Woolley. Fair Nile War about to shin. It's not even Sar Cliffig, Mark Griffin, Gazishags, 10 with a 1 if I don't Gara. Lero did Gazishags, Clifford Takul, I'm Shege. Anthony Marin, Chingat in the Holaki, or Podkish, and David Moore, and pass all and Igmore, and the Stach Chagati, Donach Welsh, Stach Sagunya, Lurrock, and Stephen O'Brien about to shin, Agus Brian at shin, Agus David Goldrick, Rog, Bruce, a dream about O'Brien, Sean George, and Long Hooley, and Boutishin. He handing the Kinnishin, la Sean George, David Goldrick, and Mino Hostro. Peckham did Sean George, I've eager Divin. Which has sunk Bucks a dream, and Chingo, Farron Edgy, and Stephen O'Brien. And Gimerson Nochkin Kid, which the turn off to Pelica. Kerry, a Feckman shot, Gaff all, and McMenamin, Ishtach, Lesh, Zaida Lakili, Lavacher legs, well in the Urchin of Pasta. Kicks here Toki and Ahwedek, Barry John Keane, because in Conscious Kirstach had a stress on a 4-0 score, another one Elliot but Kroki. Shan Karu Cooley, Namshake, Barry John Keane at Rona Shaw. See Keane up Chino Hikanisera. Marshall mit sich Schachsen nur mit der Dead in Chassis Gedla. 4 Velget in the 4 Shaw, Marvin Tungma. Kieran Redden. Alan Brogan and Boutishin is Juro Kursi go Balaklia. McMenamin at East. Pass all and Stach the O'Gara. Shachun O'Gara will travel to Balaklia. O'Chulkin Keane. Kick back Doug Tassin Shinji Costello. Costello's in the Valchash. Stach at Ashkazi O'Gara. O'Gara will travel to Darkul. I'm sure O'Gara. Oh, Alvin there. Even the love of Clay. Because they're 4-8. O'Gara and Boutishin O'Gara. Garna cool. I'm sure go Balaklia. Fekman Costello. She kick past Doug. O'Gara, because edit the fleet at even the love of Clay. On Tala, Coolia, Hiri, another one, Ella. O'Gara, Marinchan, no, the first one cool, the gully shell, Vikili, Balsa, a her team, Michar Confasta.
Additional time, at least 1 minute. At least 1 minute, additional time.
There's no matter one on Kutsu Gertie, Vice Chag, Danny Kedla. Donach Welsh. Welsh, Thompson. Charles and Kieran Kilkenny about Shana Welsh, and Bruce Gatalo. So kick service on Kerry Agus, Jack Sherwood. Stress in the pot, Gilhon Sherwood, Lashiganshin, Shakun, Anthony Marr. Marr in the Casa, pass all in against Anthony Marr, James O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue in the Casa, Agus Cooley in LFO, Sam Shake, James O'Donoghue. Agus Kerry chun Keane a chag le hama Fars Bahrain Choolín a bhána club agus a Choolín sin am siúig James O'Donoghue. Sin be Corna Gael a balla clés a dar le seo. Pe gui tá shades an sean trúna seán ní teach a láidir agus bhí se a gahan léin seo san ard charach. Kerry an dom siad a buinte. Seachún Stephen O'Brien. Gaelún Boutishin by Sean George. Seachún O'Brien is in the Valchastach. Fialds into Boutishin Sean George. Ed Stephen O'Brien. Kicks here Elish Dachaway's on Kerry. Took a Barry John Keane. Fair Kerry and O'Reilly. Trasnach on the culture Hogal. Here comes the shot Stephen O'Brien. Adol she said a Lero Chin. It was Honig Gudivin Honig Sean George. Stach Chin Lish Adorna. He lent out. Finganchin kicks here Kerry. Barry John Keane and Migar. Donach Welsh will stress in the pocket. Stephen O'Brien is about to shinach a conscience to Machig George. Going conscience Machig at Tivlina Machine kick Tivlina by Songi Kerry. Holler Tiv Shastani Hisoik. She fair and leg on it to Holler Chin China. James O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue stress them about shinach a conscience Garamaka Holland. A Keane O'Sullivan. Vertakai against Steve Lachey, Nochter, Noi, Busha, Gradam Ulster, and Vincha Katze. son on the chin agus Shahun Alan Brogan Dullistach Los Lasser O'Brogan chin agus Brian Maguire duna go fear one boutchin on Dulladash agus a blockal chin you know sin seen no cargo walty enough to fear blockal into Coolia Kerry Neil and joke by Emil McMullish fear hosta nation down Nimmert lag air the chin Kerry Dirachstach Lava Brendan Keeley agus Coolia Kerry agus Jack Sherwood Ableton Lircha Hort Loba Machas na Coolia Donach Welsh Shahun James O'Donoghue Gail O'Gahallan about why Michael Fitzsimon Shahun James O'Donoghue Dullistach and him the love edition about the shot James O'Donoghue Ashin score all in Amshiek James O'Donoghue Shin Hien at 3 Amshiek James O'Donoghue good each shots a cliffe agus Kerry Corpeda go Holini Kinege Sponge on the Saul and Bouchin go Michael Fitzsimons agus it's a broig yes and bout the shot Sar scoring O'Donoghue Canard with the Bouchin Baltic Johnny Cooper Brishtamach go Hall and Mark Griffin about Shin Paul Murphy Far in the Rahawodia, Gimmert Kerry, Tranosh, the Belgian kid with a Tranocht. Kerry and Nuncy, and Ronella, Mikey Gainey, Stafford Chuggy, Stephen O'Brien, Well O'Brien up with a head score, Amshoot, Tagazivan, Stephen O'Brien, Farron Nadine. The Gamshoe a head score, because Kerry could have seeking a hole in Kine in with one elegant. John Cormacher, Tivlinek, Sean George, Snarida. Met goed nomad stachse Darla, ni vlar gobala kleed douche, Glyfish on Magul Kerry, Gomorra Nochter, Siket, nomad Gandarla Shah, Jim Barry John Keane with Falls and Tarkeen about the shin. He David Goldrick had a spot that the Jershan of well. It's Rachapala Clear and Unseen with a one ella. Shahun Brogan, Glor Pell, Glorgan Fell, Fecky, Brogan and Trunda Shah. Stachti Kerma Costello, Gerard Elo, Lashtik, Paul Murphy, Shahun Costello in the Val for Stach, the Costello Strake on Taluna. And bouts sin ag Paul Murphy. His kicks here staach of I saw Adelina Chedeslot today ag ball clear. Agus Dietrich Mar Rinchat a Gaidland or a Chrohal Shan Cool get Kevin McMenamin. Connor Karma Costello, Galo washed in Boutishin. Straki on Taluna. Ni doling way more on straw at Costello and Coolinsha and Coolin Amshu and Boutisha. Guala clear. Neil Godivin, Stroh Allied, that Kerma Costello, Lishnirchin, a Gorn the Coolin, why he can see Amshake Costello, and Varn the Light, they could be paid a Coolini again. A Hain a Crohin Dish, and you have all of it in Tedegus and score Amshake, Kerma Costello. Kili Dal Fad and Balchini Bristonosik, Anthony Marr. Balaclave from Association Bout to Shasha, Hun Kieran Kilkenny. Pastasi Kilkenny, Stachachodi, Declan O'Mani. O'Mani, Stachti O'Gara, Garavalchi and the Stachi, Binds away, no one ella. Didn't take a fear one, Shinig Mark Griffin. Sar Cliff, Immertig, Mark Griffin and Trun the Shaw. Fialds and headed, didn't Griffin, Egg O'Gara. Gansey Strachey and Boutshin O'Gara, and you're in doubt fin kick Sierra Mach about Boutshin. Strachey Kerry and Unseen, kick Mach Balsach, Conscion Alia, by Jonathan Lyon Mach at the Tivlina. Passion him here stray, because Feckum at the chin, Jack McCaffrey. Imnor Og, the Bliana Shakata, because I had a goal von Hilton Parkia, because in the hand to Michael Darren McCauley. Imnor the Bliana Shakata, Martian Imnor the Bliana Shakata, because Imnor Og, the Bliana Shakata, Falreich and Hilton. Park it, Bean Shafir Lodds it, Jim Gavin and thrown the shot.
Macaulay will be in, and it's a straight red card for Sean George for something the umpires behind the Hill 16 goal spotted. So Dublin are down to 14, and Sean George on his league debut has been sent off by the referee. James O'Donoghue. Fitzsimon's in front of him. Stephen O'Brien has got 1 point in this match for Kerry, looking for a second, made good contact with that, and it's over. Nicely done by Stephen O'Brien. First taste of league football for him, and he doesn't look out of place at all, particularly in the second half. He's grown into the contest. Kieran Kilkenny, that hung in the air for quite a while, and Kilkenny blasting that out towards Jack McCaffrey. The speed is still there. McCaffrey for Dublin goes with the fist, and it's gone over the bar. And Dublin have gone in front. They've got the last three in a row. McCaffrey, when he got the ball initially, I'm sure goal was perhaps the first thing on his mind, but the Kerry defence, where were they? Eventually players got across to try and challenge him, and quick thinking from McCaffrey, fisting the ball over the bar, and Dublin lead. The 2 minutes of added time are up. Dublin have had to dig out this position they find themselves in, leading by a point. The 2 minutes are up, and there is the full-time whistle. Kerry gave it all they could, but Dublin played the last 25 minutes with 14 men. They didn't panic, and they leave Croke Park with 2 points on the opening night. Dublin have beaten Kerry by 2-8 to 110.
I think you have to give a lot of credit to Dublin because, in fairness, when they went down to 14 men, they really raised their game. You know, they showed the characteristics of champions there in the second half, and they showed how to win a game with 14 men. They got bodies behind the ball, they hit us in the counter-attack, and they got scores nearly every time they attacked. So, like I say, you'd have to be impressed with Dublin. Obviously, it's disappointing from our point of view that we didn't get something out of the game, but it gives us something to build on for next weekend anyway.
Eamon, everybody around Croke Park in the last few minutes is talking about Paul Galvin. It's been announced that Paul, who's your brother-in-law, is retiring from inter-county football.
He is, yeah. Paul announced tonight that he was retiring. You know, he's had a fantastic career. He's been a great servant to Kerry. He's won it all. He wanted to have one more go at it. He came back. He's trained well with us for the last couple of weeks, but he was just finding the going tough. I mean, at this stage, he's 34 years of age, and you know, he's put a lot into the game. The way he played the game, it took a lot out of him as well. And you know, he's splitting his life between Kerry and Dublin at the moment, and trying to do that as an inter-county footballer is a struggle. So he thought long and hard about it. We chatted it out a couple of times this week, and he came to the decision, and he has no regrets.
Yeah, great stuff. I suppose, as you would expect, between Dublin and Kerry at Croke Park. Kevin McStay, certainly games like that are the kind of things that you really need to get the championship, to get the season, to get the league all up and running and fired up for people.
Yeah, well, it's a few years at it now. You know, the big launch, Saturday night under lights in Croke Park. Great idea. It was always going to be a good idea. And then when you get the draw that puts Dublin and Kerry together, very, very good game. A little bit experimental, of course, but still hugely enjoyable for the opener of round one.
Yeah. Not a lot in it, of course, obviously, in the end.
No, I mean, Kerry up by a point at half-time, but Dublin up by a point when it mattered at the end. I thought, on balance, Kerry be a bit disappointed, and yet they'll be happy enough with the way they played. Dublin just have a little bit of a hex on them at the minute. You know, their belief levels are very high, and they got the goals again that really counted.
I suppose, like in the last year or so, we know what Dublin are all about. Kerry, by their own standards, would have gone back a little bit, although maybe not that far. Did last night tell you one thing?
A lot of new players. I mean, when you looked at the line out, it wouldn't frighten you. James O'Donoghue, the standout player of the 15, and played as the standout player. Tremendous game. But very happy with a lot of their defenders. I thought they were fast and strong in the tackle. A little bit unlucky that they didn't get the draw. A couple of little decisions went against them the last 10 or 15 minutes, I felt. But the ability of Dublin to move the ball at pace and clinch the goals, they were the turning points really in the match. But plenty for both teams to take out of it.
Yeah. One other aspect, apart from the actual game itself, Kevin, was the announcement. Yeah. Quite suddenly, I thought, Paul Galvin has decided to retire from Kerry.
The same as that, yeah, the same as that. I mean, I was looking forward to him playing number 6 for the season. That was what I was hearing coming out of the Kingdom, and then all of a sudden to hear that he's retired. I don't know the background to it. Maybe he's just had enough. He's been some warrior for them, it has to be said, over, you know, I suppose a decade really, and he's got every award in the game. Ended up Football of the Year one of the years as well. Brilliant player, made the most of him, developed himself into a fantastic wing forward. Really, I suppose, the template for the modern wing forward, and he was the best at it when he was at his best.
Yeah. All right, Kevin, thanks very much indeed for that. We're going to move on.